My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon, wherein we will actually be going and completing the first mission in the Darkest Dungeon. Instead of screwing it up like we did last time, we're not actually going to do the cheese strats that I was discussing before. Instead, we are just going to take a team. That is right, a team that will be prepared to do things. So I've not taken my most powerful man-at-arms, but I've taken a reasonable man-at-arms. I've not taken my most, well, I have actually taken my most powerful Grave Robber, but I'm not going to be using Grave Robbers in all of these. And Unerring plus Beast Hater is actually better in the next. So I've also got Pusho because my other Houndmasters aren't up to the task right now. And Gillian I have here as my less good occultist, because this is not going to require the absolute best of me. We've got Eldritch Slayer on Fake Hump, which is basically standing in for accuracy up on him. We don't need any camping skills because we don't get to camp. So a lot of this is just going to be based around max damage, these two doing stuns and heals, and then off turn we've got double guards if I really need it, and we've also got stress healing available at a pinch. We do need to do a little bit of character upgrading. That is to say that Fake Hump does not have his highest level weapons yet, nor does he have his high level skills. Gillian. What am I gonna do with you, Gilbert? I can't imagine you're going to be using Hands from the Abyss in the final fight. You're very likely to be using Vulnerability Hex in the final fight, despite the fact that it won't work super well because the Shuffling Horror is going to get multiple rounds of actions. Yeah, you're probably just going to be attacking that. I think I end up actually picking up Abyssal Artillery on you, so that if you get shuffled to the really back ranks, like for example, the back rank, you'll still be able to use an ability. In that case, this is effectively going to be our setup. Pusho, that stays as is. Could try and give you Blackjack so you have something to do in the front row, but honestly, I'm not feeling that life. I feel like in that situation, we're just going to have someone else push past you. We've got, to deal with the shuffles, we've got two different ways. We've got number one, Leoloth can lunge to the front of the party, and we've got number two, Fake Hump can rampart to the front of the party. And those are going to be our two ways of primarily removing a lot of the problems that we have to deal with in that regard. Shadow Fade I'm unlikely to be using. I'll have this as my standard setup. I would like to also put Flashing Daggers on if it were available, but because I don't have a Plague Doctor and because I don't have a reliable heal, I think Toxin Trickery is going to be important. Especially because of the extra kind of effects that we can invoke from the finger. That is to say, high bleed damage. Okay, having a look at the other things. In order to prepare for our next dungeon, we are going to definitely be taking Freybutte, for example. It was Freybutte and where was the other one? Was it Lulia? No, I don't think it was Lulia. It's not Dismas. It's definitely not Dismas. Musard is fine. I don't need to upgrade or remove any of those. I could theoretically take Fizzblood on the second mission, but I don't think that's a good idea for them. There was someone else that I was taking out. Stress Eater is unlikely to be relevant. Where are they? There was another person that I wanted to take out, and I realized, wait a second, they're not ready for prime time. I'm gonna have to remove a couple negatives on them. Reynard would be so good in mission 2, though. So the third one is almost certainly going to be... See, I don't have another man-at-arms. If I did still have the Major General, it would be Freybutte, Fitzhugh, Mortel, and Musard, possibly. Oh, we do need space for the Plague Doctor in that mission as well. Our Plague Doctor Baudet being currently locked out. Yes, you're going on that mission as one of them. So if you're going, then we probably can afford to take a Fitzhugh. So that's Fitzhugh Baudelaire, which means that we need a frontliner that's a bit bigger, beefier. We could take Marshall. We could do that. That's actually not a bad idea, I feel. Marshall is going to be really, really resistant to a lot of the bleeds that are going to be particularly painful in that second area, as well as being relatively item independent, because he does most of his damage through blights. So if I'm going Fitzhugh, Monchel, and Baudelaire, we've got DOT damage, upfront damage. We're missing, like, a fast stunner. We're missing a stress healer, but are we really going to be in the mission long enough to stress heal? Possibly, possibly not. Would Braquois fit that? One big problem about Braquois right now, he's got anemic, horrible, yips, bad, curious, horrible. Those three pretty much need to be removed before I can actively use him. And the only benefit he has is quick reflexes. Why not, instead, take Lulia, who has quick reflexes as well as fated, as long as I remove compulsive from him. Scattering is negative 5% damage, which does suck, but are there even curios in this area? I don't think compulsive is going to be a problem. I might actually end up removing scattering. I don't even really need to lock anything in right now, but see, compulsive I definitely need to remove, because if I'm gonna ever use him in a different dungeon, you know, it's gonna have to be gone. Whereas scattering I actually don't super care about. Okay. Renu Shadi was not going to be used. It was gonna be the other one, Marshall, right? Quick reflexes, fated versus fragile. Look at Renu Shadi, who has clumsy diurnal. Okay. I mean, Clutter is good and On Guard is really good. We don't fight much Unholy down there. I'd only really need to remove Clumsy from you. And then Renu Shadi is a lot better as a result of that On Guard. That said, Fated. Not Fated. Fated's bad. Quick Reflexes. It's pretty big. I guess, do I want more upfront? Or do I want more over time? I think we can use Marshall. So I think that sorts out our party for the next mission, right? It's Marshall, Fitzhugh, Baudelaire, and then Damage Dealer. Possibly even Fizzblood. It could easily be Fizzblood. In fact, it almost certainly should be. We do need to start leveling up another Plague Doctor, though, because we want a Plague Doctor on the 3rd mission as well as the 4th mission. So maybe we'll look at those Plague Doctors and remove their negatives if they have any that are particularly offensive. Yeah, Shocker needs to be removed, definitely. Light Sensitive actually doesn't have that much of a huge effect on you, but Shocker does. Especially while you are low, we'll remove that. Alright. Now we can embark. Needed to make sure that we had that set up. Alright, let's provision them. They do have their trinkets. Yes. They have all of the abilities that I want them to have. Yes. They can account for shuffles and stuns. Yes. Okay, we're good. We're good. Now, hunger procs aren't going to be super common in this area, and we definitely don't need shovels. Torches, I'll take a little more than I usually would. Okay, it turns out we actually do have a nighttime. So maybe I pick up tactics? I do have 2 dodge-heavy characters, so tactics actually seems like it could be quite good for us. Yeah, we'll pick up tactics. The more dodge-heavy a character, the more powerful extra dodge is on them. If a character with no dodge gets a little dodge, it doesn't really do anything for them, unfortunately. Alright. Now we can provision. That is the correct party order. Beautiful. I'm gonna super over provision here. And a lot of this is because I'm terrified of everything. Is that gonna be enough? Those bandages, those anti-venoms, I think I actually just go like that now. Finish out the stack. Yep. It's gonna be super expensive, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Got food, got torches, no one has Crimson Curse, I don't need to take blood. This is the most powerful party that I can take in. This is also the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world, but she looks so cute in photographs and absolutely stuns you when she smiles. I have no clue. Embark.
Once again, the stars are right, and the manor sits at the very epicenter of cosmic unrest. Cultists rally to their twisted idols, and great gongs sound in anticipation of the coming sacrifices. Far below, life-laden shadows pulse to the unrelenting rhythm of a beating heart. The blood of the fallen flows ever.
Whoops, accidentally muted myself. Alrighty then, let's go!
Fires.
We don't need scouting, we don't need nighttime ambush prevention. We do need to keep the torch high. As a direct result of the fact that we have invoked the power of 3 different sun rings. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove the 25 and 30 stress that we have. I'm going to yell at him to see if I can get any crits on those, of course. See if we can get any good heals there. Stress heal. Let's try that one again.
The blood quickens.
Especially since we've double slowed them, we're going to be able to take our turns, all 4 of us, and then 2 of them will have a turn. Beautiful. I didn't really want to have to do this, but I also couldn't take out any of the other Houndmasters in their current shape. So this is a necessary evil to start the fight, unfortunately. Dodge tanky.
A momentary abatement.
Okay, front line's probably cleared. No, it's not. Beautiful. I'm fine with that, because I know that I at least have to go on 4 more. At the very least. That's if I get super lucky. Come on, super lucky. Beautiful, that's kind of lucky. If that had crit... Ooh. If we could get crits on any of these, we could really speed this up. Flesh to flesh once again. Do 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 do. Elevator music. I like that we've got the ethereal crucifix. Hey, we did get a crit. 44 on the heal. So now I only need to hit 2 self heals. Hey, there's one. One more heal that goes for both of this will clear us. Now there's only 4 stress left on Major General. Oh. Not Major General, Fake Harp. So we'll give the heal to Fake Harp just in case it crits on him.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Nope. He's still having difficulties. Whatever. It's gonna take us a wee bit of a while to do this anyhow. As they heal one another. So I can take a little bit of time. Alright, get the... Yay! Beautiful! All stress is gone. Nice crit.
Falls, a faint hope blossoms.
These crit chance against these should be ridiculous, right? They're unholy human. I was preparing for Eldritch, and I'm not seeing much Eldritch. I mean, this is, of course, only the first fight. Whee! Got him. Alright.
Give them no quarter.
Reshuffle ourselves. We've got one Rapturous Priest upcoming. Bingo. Cultist Priest, rather. Eldritch Beast. We can likely kill you. About to say likely kill you before you get a turn. Unfortunately, that's not going to resolve in that fashion. Stun you for a second so I can heal up a little bit of that damage, and then we'll just finish you off. I'll buff myself just in case there's a room fight in the next room. Don't recall entirely if there is. Get a free stress heal, though. And a free heal.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
So the map, I don't entirely remember. From memory, I want to go up, and then I want to go down for the second split that occurs. I don't really care about that. The Ascended Brawler, unfortunately, is human. Man, I really put all of my eggs in the Eldritch basket here.
Masterfully executed.
May as well just finish him.
As the
That's
enemy
great.
crumbles.
Flesh Wall, I can stun that off. Rend for the new god. Unfortunately, that is a huge bleed that we've just incurred. Prevent 12 damage? Yeah. I was thinking about not preventing it because if anyone's going to be able to tank up the damage and then just heal up afterwards, it's going to be Fake Harm.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
But I don't think I should rely on that.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
So it's definitely up that I want to go the first time, right? Because this should be Brawler, Brawler, Witch, Witch, and then on the bottom side should be Brawler, Cultist, Witch, Rapture. And Brawler, Brawler, Witch, Witch is just a little easier, in my opinion, because you haven't got the Cultist Priest knocking in... Oh. Crit him! No. Exactly work out like that. Because you haven't got the other thing doing the other thing that I mentioned earlier that I've forgotten. Nice dodge. Good goshahawks. Can we not have this happen constantly? When the new god. Thankfully didn't target the target that it should have targeted.
Precision.
Nice crit. Nice crit. Fine with that hit because I am now going to stun him and knock him backwards. So he's going to be taken out of the fight for 2 turns, and then when he gets back in, we'll be able to pretty much instantly kill him. Nice crit. Man, the crits are real. Alright. If we could have followed that up, I would have been really pleased about it. Never mind, we could follow it up. Ascended Brawler didn't go slowly enough, unfortunately. 6. She does have a bunch of extra resist right now. Courtesy of her Ethereal Crucifix, she actually gets also plus 30 to her bleed resist.
Vigor is restored.
That was a really good heal. Not necessary at all yet, but really good nonetheless. Alright, we'll kill the back line just in case his Stumbling Scratch happened to stumble into the right position. We'll stun you again because I can do that. Your first round alone is round 4. Reasonable tad to damage there. We've got another round to mess around with you, so we can use that heal there, I feel. Especially if I can slow you down. Beautiful. Yeah. Just wanted to get a heal off on each of those characters if I could, as well as a stress heal. The stress heal wasn't entirely super effective, but was worth doing nonetheless. Alright, kill him. Reorder the party. I've got to remember, Fate's Reveal is actually lowering the torch level as it occurs. So I should keep that in mind and accordingly buff the torch mid-fight so that I can keep my Sun Rings active. I was missing out on a fair bit of damage there, unfortunately. Had to do this fight anyway, so... Nope, never mind. This fight has decided not to spawn. Now, I believe this time we go the bottom side because there's 2 Rapturous that we can pick up. And, of course... Hang on as I decide my target here. It's gotta be third line, right? And, of course, if we do manage to kill all but those 2 Rapturous, we can do a full heal and full party heal and everything. Full stress heal as well. That was my best move at guaranteeing this guy didn't get a turn. And it worked out. Sounded like it didn't, but it totally did. Stun resist goes up to 153 from 73. My base stun should be 200%. If I can stun you this turn, then I should try and kill you. That is to say, kill the backliner because I can't deal with it. Why didn't we just have you hit first, huh? Wee bit of stress that I would not have wanted to incur. Stun him to guarantee that he doesn't get an action next turn. Round 3 is his first alone. Party heal would be super appreciated right now, but we don't have any. Good stress healing across the board, though.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
I'm gonna yell at him. Make him super slow in the next round, so that we can guarantee that we get a kill off on him before he acts. If I can get the occultist and then the... that's unfortunate ordering. Alright. Well, I guess I'll have the occultist heal and then we'll kill with Crush. If Crush misses, I'm going to be in a bad position. Never mind, it hits decisively. We would have had Tarry stress there. Never good to invoke Tarry stress. It's just a bunch of stress across the party you don't need. Alright, now we go bottom side. We can cut to the middle early if we want to do an extra fight and pick up an Ancestral Trinket. I mean, I don't really know if I want to at all, ever, so we'll see. Let's kill the Ascended Brawler first. Only one that's really currently available to me. Deathlash hits front 2. Yeah, I'm going to need some time with just these 2 Rapturous cultists at the end here. I'd love flashing daggers right now. Oh, well. Flash to flash heal. I kind of just want to prevent that from occurring. So despite the fact that I could have used that as a turn to heal myself. God, another flesh to flesh. This guard needs to be broken. So we'll break that, as well as stun the only person that could possibly guard him this turn now. If we can kill this cultist brief before it gets a turn, that's going to be huge. That would be a lunge, definitely. Or I could just stun and guarantee that I act in time. Yeah, you're dead. Oh, no. They could act faster and flesh to flesh him, so I do still need to kick damage in. One of them blocks. No. Just guarantee it. Guarantee it. We can take as much time afterwards, so I don't really need to worry about my economy of actions. I could take infinite actions or 1 action to do the same thing, and it would be as effective. I mean, it would be boring as hell, yes. But the thing is, we would be leaving the fight with full health, full healing from stress either way. Okay. You haven't even got that much healing to do. It's all good. 6 more to heal on yourself, and then 16 to go for the man-at-arms. Flesh to flesh, one another. Beautiful. Well done. I'm very proud. I guess I could cut to the middle for extra trinkets, but I don't know about that. If I did that 4 heal on myself, that would have cost me. Because I would also need to heal him again afterwards. I'm not getting any crits with these yells right now. Which is an anomaly to me, right? Usually the bellow seems to crit ridiculously constantly. Come on. Okay, one more hit on her. Nice crit. They're so slow. They have no clue how to dodge. I love it. Okay. This should be my final round. Very likely to be, anyhow.
Decimated.
That'll make it, that'll make it at the very least my second final round. Good. Stress healing's done. Self heals for 0. Don't bleed yourself, though.
A singular strike.
Crits out the fucking wazoo when I stop. Alright. Okay, I think... Yeah. I really wanted the occultist to heal there, but I didn't want to have to rely on one person's action, possibly have them miss, and then be really sad. Like, monumentally sad. Torch. How many torches do we have left? Many. Alright. Do I want the trinkets? I think I decide that after I fight the final boss. Yo, can y'all not be the world's fastest people of all time, please? It's really important to kill these Ascended Witches first, unfortunately. So I guess I'm just stunning constantly the Cultist Priest. Nice crit.
The ground quakes.
Yeah. That stun is effectively in a kill forever, or that stun, that kill is effectively a stun forever, rather. The inverse. 17 hits the back line, no bleed though. Finger on the back line, doesn't crit, does not inflict bleed, thankfully. It's really important that didn't bleed us. Nice crits! Let's go! Alright. This is just going to be another stun on you if I can act in time. I don't, though. Thankfully, we dodged, so... it may as well have been stunned, I guess. Good self-heal. And no failure on it. No bleed. Couldn't have been better. Yeah, I'm going to kick in that extra damage because I have a feeling it might be necessary. Wee little debuff there. Totally not necessary, don't mind me. I'll roll 1 free stress heal across the party. Because this guy gets to start his turn alone and then likely die. We shuffle ourselves.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Now it's up final fight in this room. No, not final fight. Right? Not final fight, right? Oh, God. I hope I haven't completely buggered this one up. I believe that one is not going to be the final fight. There's one room at the very end after it. We are the flame. I remember this from the original. It's just, it's a little faded in my mind, unfortunately. I've had a map for this so many a time as well. Well, apparently I don't have access to the map. There it is. And show me the money. Map. I mean map. Sorry. It will not load. God damn it. Load. Load, please? Load? Hello? Alright, fine. If we get screwed over by this, I'm blaming the fact that I wanted to keep the pace of the episode up. Good. In a pinch, we actually can use this as a recovery fight. I don't want to, but we can. That's a bit annoying. That's really annoying. Not a huge fan of super stressing that guy, please. Stun's not really going to do anything. Let's just kill you.
Impressive.
Deathlash hits front 2. Does nothing extra to the marked. Yeah, even got resisted. Daze the mind. That's a stun. Unfortunately not resisted. Gillian, I thought you had a hard noggin. No, that's... must be our other. Well, heavily unfortunately here, we're gonna have to change up our game plan a little bit. Because I need to hit my stuns first. And I wasn't getting any of those in the order in which I needed them. Yeah. That's not good. You were supposed to miss that one. She had so much dodge. How'd you hit? Dodged. Hey! Good. We actually had someone trying to dodge a thing that they were trying to dodge. Cultist Priest should be dead before it gets in action. Despite that. Never mind. Thankfully, that doesn't seem too effective. And we can use this for some stress healing that is desperately necessary, as well as healing that is desperately necessary. Healer is stunned again. Let's slow him down. I don't want any of them acting before me next round. Stress heal me up. Good crits. That's what we're looking for. We also want the stress heal from those crits to mitigate across the party. If at all possible. Can this guy only hit the front 2 ranks? I feel like that might be true, so I'm actually going to move that forward. Hits a 4 on himself, unfortunately. I'm going to stun the Malignant Growth here. Remove a turn of it actually doing annoying things. If it only gets 40% on its resist roll, I've also got, following this, an 87% chance to stun it again. That's pretty good. Mark is almost done as well. Possibly removes this target prioritization that's occurring right now. Stunned him. Yeah, feel free to guard. I wasn't going to be able to stun it next turn anyway. Well, 47% chance, but yeah. Not super likely. If I just left this fight to go and run towards the boss, that would be basically the dumbest thing that I could do. It'd be a huge mistake. Now, the thing is that what I definitely can do... Mauls the flesh on the back line. Jeez, bud, dude, guy, pal, friend, what? Why? What I definitely can do, still, is remove him only to 10 stress and still have a little bit of damage on a lot of these characters. Nice. Brings himself up pretty high. And the reason that's going to be fine is because the camping that we'll do immediately after this is going to remove all of that as an issue. Alright. Stun this guy, prevent him from getting his next annoying turn. Love if I could hand that toxin to someone else. Just be real nice. 14, that you on full? It is. Okay. Now it's just down to your stress healing, I guess. Shouldn't have done that. I tried to change this. Wow, we actually moved you. That actually moves me in a weird way. I can't hit the stun now. Definitely can't. I'd need 2 active and available stuns. It's unfortunate that Pusho needs to use this turn for the heal there. You know what? I'm actually just gonna guard. I don't want him losing more HP. Beautiful. Gillian is now done unless he bleeds himself. He does not. Daze the Mind rolls on a target that has a billion dodge. That's probably a poor idea, mon frere. 98 dodge. 22. Very close to our likely final rolls here. Unfortunately, that didn't hit. I think I'll just guard a game. Because if they hit anyone... Yeah, except for our backline, and I don't know if they can target that far back right now. Good crit. Come on. 19. Beautiful. We're getting real close here. Oh, it could barely be closer. 2 more successful stress heals. The dodges, though. What is with this mark? Marked 1 battles. Wow. I thought it was just marked for one, certain amount of rounds. I thought ages ago that I read it. I saw 1 and I was like, oh, that's 1 more round of mark. No, it was 1 more battle. Holy shit. Ugh. Yell at him. Stress heal. Damn it. God. Just kill him. Stress heal him. God damn it. Alright. This one starts to turn alone, unfortunately, here. You have such a high chance to crit. It's annoying that you didn't there. Because that would have been enough. Well, it would have been something. Alright.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates
That's the boss.
a dizzying fall.
We'll resort our party, use our firewood.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Camp for a feast because we have 12 more food. We will use both tactics and weapons practice, almost certainly. Maintain equipment is likely not necessary. I could use Dark Strength. No one has a disease, right? No one has a disease. Yes, I could use Dark Strength for 20% more damage on, I have to imagine, Leolof or Puchot. Either or, probably. Likely Leolof, because she's higher in terms of crits. So I'll take off the two things that increase the amount of stress that I take. I'll give her that buff. I'll put these back on. Then it's tactics, weapons practice. We actually managed to hit the crit buff on everyone. That's ridiculous. And we encourage you. Beautiful. Can't get nighttime ambushed here.
A blazing star is born.
We're coming for you, final boss. Get ready. We really can't afford to take any extra stress before we get into the final fight. So rolling for that early crit there was huge. Worked out as well. Oh, man. Can we stun him? That'd be too lucky.
Blow to body and brain.
We can stun you now, prevent you from getting any actions for a very long time now. Especially if I can hit my... Damn. We'll heal her because she has a lower max HP. Give me the stress heal across the body, unfortunately. And if I yell at him, he's dead, so... may as well just kill him. Reshuffle. Before we go in, we will give everyone a holy water.
The light, the promise of safety.
Finger on the front lines. 21 crit. Immediately starting the fight with 30 stress and a bleed that is going to be nuking us for 7 damage per round. Thank you very much. Alright. I mean, if I'm gonna get shuffled, I may as well just roll my highests constantly. Let's dog treat up as well. Good lord, you're not doing that much. Okay, you need to hit a bandage. 140. I'm not even that likely to damage here. I might actually even defender. Right? What am I? 52% chance to stun. It's not even that effective, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I'm just going to defender. That's mainly just to increase my own prot as well. That's right, hits our front lines. Both resist. Good. 22 heal. Okay. Undulations. It's shuffle time. Woo! Okay. That's a shitty shuffle if I've ever seen one. Only rolls 8 on the damage roll, because of course he does. Change our protection target. Lunge forward. Thankfully that occurred in time for us to also get off Puchot's attack. Attacks the 2 targets, one that's guarded and the other one. That's really annoying. Well chosen targets, because that prevented my guard from activating. We've been undulated. 13. Okay, our buffs from Holy Water have worn off now. Also try and heal her up a little bit, because she is looking a little rougher around the edges right now. A crit only hitting for 4 there is ridiculous, by the way. That just goes to prove how important it is that I picked up plus 90% protect. Well, okay, it's only 80 prot that he's actually wearing right now, but still. I'm gonna move myself forward and try and hit this stun. It works. That's gonna prevent a round of undulations, which is actually really cool here. Nice crit. Yeah, we're at the point that it's all damage all the time. Rough. Oh, never mind. Stun him. Yeah. No, that's only 1 damage per round. No. He's on 2 health. Ugh. 5 away from stressing out. Undulations. He's dodged.
Prodigious size alone does
Bye-bye.
not persuade the sharpened blade.
Some 0. Of course it does. I'd love to be able to rampart here. Please don't. Thank you. It's been critting me ridiculously constantly. I'm not a huge fan. Your first round alone was this round. This is your first round alone right now. Good. I'd like to get off a heal. I think that's a sign. I don't think we go back for the Ancestral Trinket. The game does not want us to. Oh, we got the fucking candle, though.
But a victory nonetheless.
Baby? Yeah, let's return to the hamlet. We got the candle. I've wanted that candle the whole time, and I've now got it. Bad humors, negative 20% max HP, not good. All right, Slugger replaced and Stress Faster. Wheeled Adventure is better. Fear of Unholy is rarely invoked.
You have merely glimpsed the edge of the abyss, but it is enough to trigger the cycle of revelation. Now, like me, you will begin to see things as they truly are.
Now, very thankfully and very helpfully, success in the Darkest Dungeon has inspired all heroes in the hamlet and removed all stress from all heroes. We didn't get a lot of money, so going to the next Darkest Dungeon mission is going to be a lot more difficult. I don't know exactly how it's going to happen or how it's going to go. I know the kind of party that would be going on it, though. Again, Marshall fits you. Oh, Musard's looking very different today. It was Musard and Baudet, who is unfortunately still drinking. So that's a week wasted. Wasting my goddamn time. All right, Fontamai is going to have to remove Vampiric Spirits. If I'm not going out on that dungeon, and I can't right now, then we're going to have to figure out a way to level up some of our lower. It might be Vostell frontline, Monty second line, Derville, Jury, both in tow. Which I guess would have to be a tanky Vestal as a frontline. Fuck. That party sucks. It's not a good party. But I do need Derville to level up. So, if that's going to happen anywhere, it has to go to the Cove. It can't go to the Weald. Especially against the Brigand 8-pounder. So I think this might be the kind of thing that we have to run right now. That. God, that sucks. Oh, that blows so hard. But I think that's what we're going to have to do in order to level up Monty and Derville so that we can actually play with them. So, that all sounds like future problems for future Ryan. Let him deal with them for the moment. My name has been Rhapsody. Your name has been Jay. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you next time.